Hey guys, it's Nick here, and I decided to profile my ClownDolls. I picked up this deck, with the new set coming out, and I really immediately fell in love with the Performage engine and just how versatile it was and how it just suited Shaddolls extremely well, just giving them a recurable light engine as well as easy access into rank 4s. I just fell in love with it, so I decided to build it, and that's what I'm profiling here today. Moving swiftly along, we have 3 Mathmen. It's the best card in the deck. It tutors you any card in your deck that you may want, fixes hands, sets up, it floats. 3 is a must. For the Shaddoll engine, we play 3 Squamata, 2 Beast, 2 Falco, 2 Hedgehog, and 1 Dragon. Squamata is definitely the best one. You want to see him in your opening hand as much as you can because he just facilitates so many OTKs. He's every Shaddoll monster in your deck, including Core to recur back fusion. And Dragon is okay at 1. Sometimes you miss the second. But you side the second. So in matchups such as Tellers or BA, you can side that in for the second copy. But games 1, it doesn't come up as much because there isn't as much floodgating. 2 of all the other ones is just pretty much standard for consistency purposes. For the clowns, we play 3 Juggler, 2 Clown, and 2 Hatcheter. I found this ratio to be pretty good. You want to see Juggler in your opening hand. It's the same thing as Squamata. It's any of those other ones, and it's just another light that you can discard. You can send off fusion, and then it recurs you back another light to use, which can be Clown, which should help make rank 4s. You need the Hatcheter to make a rank 4. It's just the best one you want to see in your hand, and it just, like I said before, it just facilitates so many rank 4 plays. It facilitates so many OTKs. It gives you lights to make constructs. It's just like construct turbo deck. So the one Bulb, I don't know how I feel about Bulb. It's okay because it gives you really easy access into Trish and Nat Beast, and both of those are just like win conditions if you can pull them off correctly. And it's really good, but like it's hard to set up in the graveyard because most of the time you're wanting to send other things off Mathematician than a Bulb, which you may or may not get to use later on in the game. And sometimes it seems lackluster. I hate opening it, but what it does for me in certain matchups with Nat Beast and Trish is just, it makes it worthwhile to play it. But I side it out games 2 and 3 if I'm not playing anything that loses to Nat Beast, so because I just don't want to play a dead card to open. Then 2 Effect Veiler, it's a light, it's a spellcaster, which you'll see to come up, and it's just general defense that you can draw off Beast, and when you're making your play, then have some sort of defense for when your opponent tries to break your board the next turn. And then the Big Daddy BLS. It was funny, I was originally considering not playing this because sometimes it can be dead in your opening hand, and it's not a card that helps you combo off. But I realized that for how many games you steal with this and how many pushes you can make with this card, it makes it worthwhile to play. Moving on to the spells, we play 3L and 3 regular fusion. Pretty standard. You want to see this in your opening hand. If you don't see it, you're going to be playing a slow game, and they're really good. Moving on, we play one of my techs in this deck. This card is the nuts. Basically, I'm going to read it out to you because not many people know what it is. It's Wonder Wand. It's an equip card that says, equip this to a spellcaster type monster. It gains 500 attack. If you control the equipped monster and this card, you can send both to the graveyard and draw 2 cards. Now, I understand this doesn't allow you to get your Shaddoll effects, but your clowns don't care. So if you summon a Trick Clown, equip this, draw 2 cards, you special summon back the Trick Clown, and it's essentially a pot of greed. And same thing with the Juggler, you just banish it and you add another one. And it fixes all your clumpy hands with a ton of monsters because you can just sack off 2 and draw 2 more and dig deeper to try and get to your fusions. It also facilitates OTKs because you equip it to your monsters and they just become bigger. And also makes Winda a 2/7 beat stick, which just kills in the BA matchup, which is really hard to get over. So I definitely consider playing 3. Most of the time, it removes like dead cards off the field that aren't doing much for you. It helps you draw towards the fusion, fixes hands, facilitates OTKs. It's so good. Then moving on for the 1-ofs for the spells. 1 Rarity, 1 Foolish, and 1 Soul Charge. Soul Charge is lackluster, but it just wins games. So, you know, same thing with BLS. It's bad in your opening hand, but it's for what it does, it makes it worthwhile to play. And Rarity just facilitates OTKs. Foolish is every card in your deck. Self-explanatory. Moving on, 2 Shadow games. You can play 3 if you want. I figured with only 1 dragon in the deck, you only really need to really need to play 2. It does what it does. It helps you get out of the early game and becomes an MST or a upstart goblin. It's really whatever you want it to be. It's decent. Then for the final one, it was 1 core. Core's good at 1. You don't need to play anymore, and you definitely need to play the 1. Self-explanatory. And then the 1 Vanny's Emptiness, because you make a big board, they stop your OTK, you flip Vanny's Emptiness, and they can't do anything on their turn. So, moving on, the 1 obligatory, go for the Legend token. For the Shaddolls, we play 1 Construct, 1 Construct. 3 Construct, 1 Check, 1 Annoy Attilis, and 1 Winda. Now, with this lineup, you're going to be making 2 to 3 Construct every game, but making Check, Annoy Attilis, and Winda is coming up less frequently. I found that you only really need 1 of each, and you want to dedicate your spots to other cards which will come up. Now, a lot of people play 2 Winda and really despise playing only 1. I find the best example to say is it's like Virgil. Virgil is, you only need 1, but when the second one comes up, it's the tits. But it very rarely comes up. There's always something better to make than a Winda. Excuse my sniffling, I'm kind of sick right now. Then for the Synchros, we play 1 Nat Beast, 1 Arcanite, and 1 Trish. Sorry, that's a proxy. Mine's being borrowed from a friend. But these 2 cards are really easy to make with Bulb, or Trish is really easy to make with Soul Charge. And Arcanite Magician is just really good if you end up having a face-up Beast and Falco. You can just make Arcanite pop off 2, then summon Construct using it as a light, and it just helps OTKs. It comes up occasionally, but you definitely want to play the Trish and the Nat Beast. They single-handedly win games. Moving on to the rank 4s, we play 1 Exiton, 1 Castel, 1 Trapeze Magician. This card's amazing. Look at its effect. 1 Abyss Dweller helps out in, the mirror match and BA. Towers out, and then this is 1 blank card, which can be really anything that you want. I was originally playing the Feral Imps and a 1 Gigabyte to help out with making Annoy Attilis, but I figured if you're making a rank 4 to add the water to make Annoy Attilis, the Abyss Dweller is already a water that you can fuse off with, so there's not much point to playing an extra card in your extra deck, which could be used for something else, and playing the 1 Gigabyte, which can be a little awkward in situations. So you want, whatever you want. If you want the second Winda, if you want a Diamond Dyer to have extra removal. Really, whatever you see yourself making more, I recommend putting in. Side deck, 3 Imperial Iron Wall, 3 Decree, 2 Mistake, 3 MST, 1 Mind Crush, Mind Control, sorry, 2 Puppet Plant, and 1 Dragon. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of back row hate in this side deck, because really what you want to do is stop the floodgating, stop everything, and just try and push for game, because that's what this deck does. It pumps out games so quickly. Puppet Plant and Mind Control really help out in Necros in the mirror match. Dragon is for, you know, things that where you're playing against back row heavy decks, you want that extra destruction. MST is just good for floodgating. Mistake is good. You don't really need the third. You can't play the third, but generally you just having such an easy time with Necros, being that you can pump out Annoy Tillus really quickly, and you do a little bit of searching yourself. But, you know, 2 is okay. You can play the third if you want. 3 Decree. This can be interchanged with Danko. I'm liking Decree a little bit more right now, because Decree isn't an extra normal summon, and that normal summon of Danko could lead to some clumpier hands when you can just set the Decree and still do your plays later. You have that normal summon to make your plays, and you don't have to you know, sacrifice that for a Dango. So, you know, it's whatever player preference, but I'm just liking the Decree right now. And then 3 Imperial Iron Wall, it just hurts so much. Cosmos, Infernoids, even Necros a little bit, you know, just really everything. And that pretty much wraps it up. If you have any questions, be sure to ask. I'll be answering questions in the comment section pretty frequently. But that about does it. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this profile.